Hey, welcome back to my channel, and today I'm going to be talking through my 2015 beauty favourites. 2015 was a big year for me because it's when I started YouTube, it's when I started blogging, and I've definitely learned that buying a lot of products is something that just comes with blogging. It's something that you just have to do as a beauty blogger. Because of this, I've accumulated quite a lot of products, and I definitely have some staples that I absolutely cannot live without, and I thought, why not just talk about those, seeing as well as I haven't mentioned my beauty favourites for about 4 or 5 months now. So this is my way of making it up to you. Also, if you can see my lights in the mirror behind me, there's nothing I can really do about it at this stage, but it's something that I could sort out in the future, like just take my mirror off the wall. So I've narrowed these things down into 3 categories. I've got skincare, makeup, and finally brushes. So starting with skincare, let's just do this. I have done so many reviews on my blog over the year as well, including some of these products that you're going to see. There are so many that I can't talk about them in loads of detail, so if you do want to find out more about a product, I may have written a review, a full detailed review on my blog, so head over there if you want to hear more. Okay, let's start with a bit of Clinique, because you know that I love my Clinique. So, a product that I absolutely cannot live without from Clinique is the Anti-Blemish Solutions Cleansing Foam. If you suffer with acne, spots, oily skin, this is a miracle worker. It dries out spots. It's a great cleanser. I use it on my Clinique Sonic brush, which I'll talk about in a minute. I know that Clinique is very expensive, and I bought the Boots Tea Tree Witch Hazel Foaming Face Wash not too long ago, and I've been so impressed with it that I would actually compare it to the Clinique, but this is about £3 from Boots. So if you suffer with blemishes, etc, this will also do the trick. I just find that this is a little bit more luxurious, but really there's not much difference. I have fallen in love with Lush skincare this year, especially the toner waters, and I had a bit of so I've tested a few of them, but I found that the tea tree water, there's definitely a theme going on here. Tea tree loves my skin, and I found that out this year. It zaps spots, dries them out. It really works for me on my skin, and this is made for oily skin, so if you're dry you may not like it, because I am an oily monster. I do love it, and the great thing about it is if you can just spray it on your skin anytime. Just after a shower I'll grab it and just quick few sprays, and it feels so refreshing, sort of goes tingly on the skin, and it's not too pricey at about £8 for a bottle this size, but I've absolutely been loving this and using it constantly. And back onto Clinique again. This is the Take the Day Off Makeup Remover. This is in miniature. I have got the full size version as well, but this was just easy to grab. I love this eye makeup remover. It's the best I've ever used. It gets off every single little bit of that really tough eye makeup. I tried the micellar waters this year as well that have been like a big deal, but I don't like them because they don't remove all of the eye makeup. I also discovered Origins this year, and I've been tempted to buy from them for absolutely ages, but I've never taken the plunge because they are expensive. I mean, a pot this size, this is the eye cream. I did a very recent review on this and the moisturiser actually. This is £20 and you get 15 millilitres in here, but I think it's worth it. I've noticed a dramatic difference in my under eye circles, dark circles. I love the smell. It smells like oranges. It's very refreshing, very thick, so a little does go a long way. I've had this for about 3 months now, and you can see that it's, to be honest, it's barely been used, so you do get a lot of product really in such a small thing for the amount of money that you pay. I personally love it, and I couldn't be without it now. You've probably heard about the coconut oil craze. Well, I bought this giant jar of coconut oil from Holland & Barrett, and I've not looked back since. I absolutely love it. I mentioned this in my nighttime routine on my blog. I just like to use it on 2 cotton wool pads. I just dip them in, rummage them around a bit, and go straight directly onto the skin. I do use it after my moisturiser because it's not a moisturiser, it is an oil. but I just let it sit on the skin and it just does its magic overnight, and I absolutely love it. And the best thing about it, it's completely natural. And this jar, to be honest, it's going to last me forever, isn't it? I mean, I've had it for 5-6 months now, and yeah, barely gone down. I do officially class this as a skincare product because it's been such a skin changer for me, and that's the Clinique Sonic brush. This is Clinique's take on the original Clarisonic, but I absolutely love it. I have to admit, it was a bit of a rocky road to start with. It did cause major blackheads, major blemishes, and I had to go to the GP for some advice, skin advice, because it really didn't agree with me. But now I've learned how to use it. Like, I can't use it on my chin area because it'll break me out. Everywhere else though, it works like absolute magic. It's reduced my pores all around here. It's just smoothed over my skin. I feel like it's made it better over time, and I use this twice a day, once in the morning, once in the evening. And again, I couldn't be without it now. So it did take a bit of time to learn how to use it, but once I did, I absolutely love it. Okay, let's move on to makeup now. The first thing I'll talk about is this palette from Morphe brushes. I did a detailed review on my blog about this palette. It's the 9B Blushed Blush palette, and it comes with 9 gorgeous blushes, and to be honest, this palette will never get old. I absolutely love it. I love it for the creaminess of them, how they blend out, how versatile the shades are. I just, these three especially are my favourites. This like corally one here, more nudie two here. There's a blush for every single makeup look here. They're just a dream, and it's so affordable. The next thing I'll talk about are Makeup Geek shadows. I also discovered them this year, and I flipping love them. They are the best quality, most pigmented eyeshadows I have ever used, and I don't really want to use much else now. If I could have all Makeup Geek, I'd have all Makeup Geek. It's just that postage from America, it costs so much, because you don't have a choice. They are only in California at the moment. But this is a palette that I did makeup. I just bought some single eyeshadows and made this palette myself. Over here there's 5 of the foiled shadows. This is actually a MAC product, and this is something else. That's a blush anyway, but the rest is Makeup Geek. I absolutely love them. I'm wearing a couple on my eyes today, but only the neutral ones, so you probably can't really see. But if you haven't tried them, please try them. And if you do try them, you have to get Shimmer Shimmer. It's the most beautiful highlight shade that can work on any skin tone basically, and it's absolutely gorgeous. So high quality, and they're so cheap as well. This is one of the newest purchases of mine. It is the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette. This has been on my wish list for so long, but again, I couldn't justify spending the amount of money, but to be honest, I am so flipping glad that I did. It's the most amazing palette, and bearing in mind that my skin is basically as white as snow, it does still suit me. I've got the contour on today with the yellow shade under my eyes too, and they go on like a dream. They are powders, not creams, so if you haven't tried that, bloody try it. Okay, on to concealers. MAC Pro Longwear was early this year my favourite all-time concealer, but I have been on a little bit of a mission to find a high street or drugstore concealer that I love equally as much as the MAC, and there is obviously a price difference between MAC and a drugstore product. But recently I did manage to find the Collection Lasting Perfection concealer, and oh my gosh, after trying so many high street concealers, I found this one, and I've been so relieved, because I was about to give up because nothing was giving me the coverage. They were all sort of orangey on my skin. I don't know if you found that, just too dark. But then I found this one, and I've got it on now, and to be honest, the MAC concealer has now taken a bit of a back seat in my collection. I don't reach for it as much as I did. The only bad thing about this product, there is a review coming on it on my blog next Tuesday, a full review. The only bad thing is that it does only come in 4 shades. You've got a very light one, a very dark one, and 2 sort of in the middle somewhere, but there definitely isn't enough. I'm lucky that I do use the fairest one, and it is perfect, but I can imagine a lot of people struggling to find the perfect match. Next is foundation. I did a review on this on my channel. It's the Clinique Beyond Perfecting Foundation and Concealer. It was also a demo, so if you want to see me using it, then just head over to that video. I'll link it down below for you to make it easy. So I absolutely love this foundation, and I've tried so flipping many, but I love this one because it is so full coverage. Obviously it's got the concealer in there as well. I've got this on today, but the colour match is perfect. This stuff lasts all day, and I've never come across a foundation that is so heavy yet it lets my skin breathe at the same time.